Bitter likes, the deadly obsession that killed a friendship. Friendship, loyalty, trust. These are the sacred bonds we believe will carry us through life's storms. But in a quiet suburb of Ohio, those bonds were poisoned, literally, when a teenage girl, once seen as a model student, allegedly turned deadly over a rivalry that festered in the shadows of social media. Tonight, on the Crime Narrative channel, we unravel the haunting case of Addison Clark and Riley Monroe, a tale of toxic envy, digital deception, and a sleepover that ended in murder. The girls next door. Addison Clark, 16, was a bright and charismatic sophomore at Maple Glen High School. With over 35,000 followers on TikTok and a growing presence on Instagram, Addison was fast becoming one of the most recognizable faces in her town. She wasn't just popular, she was adored. Her best friend, Riley Monroe, 17, was different but no less captivating. Quiet, artistic, and emotionally intelligent, Riley had a modest following of her own, often sharing poetry and makeup tutorials. The girls had been inseparable since 7th grade. They called each other soul sisters. But behind the photos, filters, and dancing videos, something darker was brewing. Friends began to notice subtle changes. Addison would occasionally mock Riley behind her back. Riley, in return, posted cryptic quotes about betrayal and fake love. The competition between their digital identities had become personal. One friend later told police. They were best friends in public, but frenemies in private. Followers, filters, and fury. By spring 2025, tensions had peaked. Addison's follower count exploded after a video of her lip-syncing in school uniform went viral. Brands started reaching out. She was offered a deal by a teen skincare line. Riley, by contrast, felt sidelined. But what no one knew was that Addison had allegedly hacked into Riley's private account using a saved password from a shared device. She started leaving cruel comments under fake usernames, stirring controversy and subtly sabotaging Riley's confidence. Investigators later uncovered fake DMs and AI-generated deepfake images Addison had created to frame Riley as a cyberbully. The psychological warfare was surgical. The digital trail was chilling. Google searches for how to delete messages on someone else's phone remotely. Non-traceable poisons. How to get away with poisoning a friend. And then, an Amazon purchase, a vial of tetrodotoxin, a potent neurotoxin found in pufferfish. The last sleepover. On the night of June 8, 2025, Addison invited Riley for a sleepover at her house. Her parents were away on a church retreat. Addison prepared everything: pizza, candy, and their favorite, neon-colored energy drinks chilled in the fridge. Riley texted her mom around 10:04 p.m. Sleepover going well. Addie's being sweet tonight for once, lol red heart. That would be the last message Riley ever sent. Around midnight, neighbors reported hearing vomiting sounds and what they thought was crying. By morning, Addison called 911. My friend won't wake up. She was throwing up and now she's not breathing. Paramedics arrived to find Riley cold, lips blue, and her pupils dilated. The cause of death was initially suspected to be alcohol poisoning, until toxicology came back. Inside Riley's bloodstream was an unnatural concentration of tetrodotoxin. And in Addison's room, a hidden journal titled, "It's Her or Me." Digital deception uncovered. Police interrogated Addison for nearly 4 hours. She denied everything, until they presented her search history, her Amazon order, and the contents of her journal. One chilling passage read, "She steals the spotlight every time. I just want her gone. No more shadows." On her phone, police found a saved TikTok draft she never posted. In it, Addison danced to Billie Eilish's "Bury a Friend," wearing all black, with Riley's hoodie visible in the background. The draft was created just hours before the sleepover. Addison was arrested on June 15 and charged with first-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and cyberstalking. Her bond was denied. The town of Maple Glen was shaken to its core. The trial of a teenage killer. As the case went public, the nation watched in horror. Media outlets dubbed it the sleepover slaying. Social media erupted in debate over teen mental health, influencer culture, and the pressures of digital fame. Prosecutors painted Addison as a narcissistic manipulator. The defense argued she was a troubled teen seeking validation, not a killer. But the evidence told a different story. Prosecution showed jury her typed murder journal, screenshots of deepfake accounts she used to attack Riley online, security footage of Addison handling a small, dark bottle the night of the incident. Parents packed the courtroom. Reporters live-streamed the proceedings. TikTok videos about the case generated millions of views under the hashtag Justice for Riley. The verdict: guilty on all counts. The judge called it one of the most disturbing acts of premeditated violence ever seen from someone so young. Addison was sentenced to 25 years to life in a juvenile-to-adult transition facility. She will be eligible for parole at age 41. Aftermath and legacy. Riley's mother, Samantha Monroe, started a foundation called Soul Sisters Against Cyberbullying to raise awareness about digital abuse and manipulation among teens. In an emotional interview, she said, "My daughter died because the world tells our girls that likes and followers matter more than kindness. We have to change that." The high school held a candlelight vigil. A memorial bench was placed in the school courtyard with the words, "In a world of filters, be real. #Riley forever." In the end, this wasn't just a murder. It was a mirror held up to our culture, a generation obsessed with screens, approval, and digital dominance. A young girl lost her life, not to a monster in the dark, but to a friend poisoned by envy. And so we ask ourselves, how many more Rileys must there be before we wake up? This has been another haunting episode of the Crime Narrative channel. If you found this story insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories that deserve to be heard.